Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of Mocktail Minutes. This is Bailey.
And this is Brianna.
This week, I am drinking a Heywell. I haven't had one of these. It's for energy and focus. So it's caffeinated sparkling water with adaptogens, antioxidants, and super herbs. It's not bad. It's
Okay.
like not something I would sit and drink all the time. Like I could drink my cherry limeade poppies all the time,
hmm
but it's not something that I hate. I don't know. There's like a weird I don't know how to explain it. There's a weird initial taste, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is kind of good.
Does it have like ashwagandha in it?
Um, you know what? I bet it. Yes, it does.
I feel like that's how all the drinks with ashwagandha have. It's like a weird, like
Okay.
when you taste, it's almost like
It's
you
almost like
smell it. I don't know how to.
musty, or like it's like a musty fart almost.
Yeah. And then it goes away. I think that's
Yeah.
just ashwagandha. I don't know.
Okay. So I usually don't buy a lot of drinks with ashwagandha in it, but so maybe yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I
You
think
get a musty fart taste with
they're
it.
just little, and then it goes away. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
You're
it's
like,
weird.
oh, this is
It's
pretty
almost like
good.
you smell it, but you don't. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah. It's almost like you feel like the can is maybe dirty. We're
hmm
not hyping this up very well. I mean, like I said, it's not.
It sounds good. I'm gonna try them because my store has them. My grocery store has them because I saw them when I was picking up mine, and I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. I did the strawberry lemon flavor. So like you have that musty taste and it's like, oh, strawberries.
All right.
So
Yeah.
maybe that is it. But yeah, it's not terrible. It's good, but not an all the time favorite type of thing.
Strawberry or
Musty.
not. I got the new crisp apple, like fall flavored Olipop. It's pretty good. I like it. It tastes a little bit like apple cider.
I was just gonna ask, is it like apple cider? I like apple cider.
I do too. I was thinking like how fun this would be in like a nighttime mocktail with like, I don't know, like a cinnamon stick or something, but like something just to make it like it almost has like a mule, like it could be used in a mule type thing, but it's good. I like it.
I'll have to try it. There, oh, it wasn't those. There was some protein shake. The Kiol, I don't know how to say it. It's like Kiola. I think they're like the
Mhm.
ready-made protein shakes.
Yeah.
But I just saw a post now. They have like all these different flavors coming, like fruity cereal, cookies and cream. And
Mhm.
usually those, they have really good ingredients. So I'm curious to see how these ones look.
Yeah.
Because they have them at the Target next to me.
I'm
So I'm gonna
gonna
have to
try
go check
like a
them out.
fruity cereal one. I'd be interested in seeing like what's in it and how good does it actually taste.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably natural flavors, which I don't know. Like to me, I don't worry too much about natural flavors.
Like I'm
I
never.
guess I'm not that crunchy yet because just because it has natural flavors, I mean, it doesn't mean it's like a bad thing. Like it could literally be from strawberries.
Right. And I was putting together this like reading food label type thing training for someone. And in it, I was telling people like you can usually go onto people's like companies' websites and see what they're using for natural flavors because, like you said, it doesn't always mean that it's bad. It's just how, I mean, natural flavors could be a whole lot of different things. So most companies that are like trying to be transparent, they'll tell you what's in it. Like it's on their website. So you can go look and see if you agree with it. But
Yeah. I feel like I'm more of a scrunchy mom. Is that what they're called?
yeah,
The
I call myself scrunchy. It's like I care, but there's some things I'm like, eh.
that are not worth the headache.
And it's also really hard to find it. Like even like some really good, clean like products are gonna have. So it's really hard to find stuff that doesn't have things that are labeled as natural flavors. So
Yeah. And I don't have the time to look through all that. I don't have the budget. Like there's just a lot of factors. So, we're just out here doing our best.
yeah,
I'm personally okay with natural flavors.
I'm like, you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not probably not gonna go make my own snack bar right now. So
I did it one week and they were pretty good. I could, but I'm choosing to do other things during that time. It's
right.
actually, so I had a pampered chef party and I got all these great goodies. It was like 4 boxes delivered to my house for the host rewards. It was bad. But we have all these cool things now. And so one of the things I got, it's like a bar pan, I guess you call it, but it
Mhm.
has like the rectangles and it's just like a little divot in it
Yeah.
so you can form your bars in there. So my goal is to make my own little like protein bars that are kind of similar to like the perfect bars. So we shall see how that goes.
Did I did make a copycat go macro bar the other week and it was very good. It was insanely easy. The problem was it just didn't make a lot, so it didn't last very long. But it would be very easy for me to do again. But it just depends. Like some weeks I can do it, other weeks I'm like, nope.
Not happening. I have other things I need to do.
I'm not prioritizing this. And so yeah, natural flavors, it's
Yeah.
fine. I think this might have natural flavors.
I mean, so many things do, probably.
Right. Yeah.
This one does. Yeah.
Yeah, natural green apple flavor extract.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that we got on that tangent, I guess a quick life update. Anything fun? Anything that you've done new recently?
No, well, I mean, we were talking right before we got on about how I did hot yoga this morning. I haven't done hot yoga in a very long time, and I forgot how hard it is. But I've been on like my strength training game, so I was like, I need to like split it up. I need to do more like kind of recovery, relaxing things. I'm definitely not going to pick hot yoga again as my relaxing thing because it is not. I was shaking like a leaf. Maybe I'll just do a more flow. But it was good. It felt good to do something different.
I tried hot yoga one time and I'll never go back. It was no.
Mhm.
I get overheated really easily, and so I was, yeah, I got like super shaky and lightheaded. I was like, this sucks type of feeling. But I do like, I've worked out at Hot Works before, and they
Mhm.
have like I think it's the infrared saunas. So they're different. From what I understand, it's different than the hot yoga because the hot yoga is more like steamy. These,
Yeah.
it's like a dry heat, I think. But
Yeah.
so I do like Hot Works.
I should try it. We have a Hot Works here too.
One day I'm gonna have a membership there, but because I also like that they have the weights too. So if you're
Mhm.
doing Hot Works, I don't recommend doing the hot work, doing the sauna workouts every day.
No, I'm gonna get
That's
dehydrated. Probably gonna feel horrible.
a lot
Yeah,
of stress on your body.
right. So I know. So I was like, maybe just like some warm yoga, maybe just some normal yoga. Like that's
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, I'm getting back into it. I am not. I need to work on my flexibility. I was like, how are these people doing this? What's going
Yeah,
on?
my flexibility is not there. I can't touch my toes.
Yeah, they were like, like do your hands behind you. I'm like, how are people's hands touching? What are you talking about? Mine are like so far away.
Yeah, like I'm not there.
Like, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm doing that too. No big deal. But yeah, so that's my update. My hot yoga, that was way harder than I thought. Way harder. What
Oh,
I know.
yeah. I feel like I haven't done really anything crazy. I gave myself a lot of like downtime, I guess, last week. Just I went back to like strength training and trying to get like back to my normal-ish routine, and then I got sick. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna give my body some time because I feel like starting back at work full time, plus getting my walks in, plus spending time, getting my time with Gannon, plus trying to get my workouts in, like all these things were piling up, and then I got sick. So I took a week to just give my body some rest. And I feel like that's been really good. So getting back to the strength training this week, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But Josh and I, we did have our first kind of like night out without Gannon. So we had a wedding. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like I was like I should either be like rocking a kid or feeding him.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things you're like, I'm looking forward to it. And then you're there and you're like, I think I'm ready to go home. You're like,
Yeah,
wait,
like
I should be
it's 5 o'clock. I'm supposed to be feeding a child right now.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but it was good. And I don't know. I've kind of realized this week I'm just at a place where I just feel at ease, which is very weird for me because I'm a very high strung, let me run off cortisol until I die type of person usually.
Mhm.
But I was like thinking about this yesterday and I was like, I just feel really at ease. And I feel like I've been really good at setting boundaries. I don't know if it's like this is what lightens up in you when you become a mom. I don't know. Uh, But I feel like I'm just like, I don't really care what other people are thinking. I'm just setting my own boundaries. I'm living my life. I am just like content. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, huh,
Like, sure, like this is it. This is what I like.
yeah,
This is what I'm doing. Good. I like it.
yeah,
I
I
think so
don't
too.
know what
Because
it is.
you have too many things going on to just not.
Yeah,
100%. I like it.
little life updates for you. All right, everyone, let's get into our topic of the week, late night snacking. We just got done with our 3-part series on work life health balance. And when coming up with this week's topic, it kind of rolled in nicely because I feel like it's a lot of my busy professionals that are falling into like that late night snacking trap. And, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but I feel like a lot of times when we get so hungry at night, not only is just we're not eating enough throughout the day, but I hear a lot of like, I'm just not hungry during the day, and then it's at nighttime I am hungry. My thoughts are it's because most busy professionals that I am working with are kind of like me, run very high strung or go, 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 that our body is so focused on the busyness going on that we're not picking up our hunger signals or anything. So then when we get home, we're kind of winding down, and then our body's like, oh, she's going to pay attention to me now. I better tell her to eat because I'm not sure if I'm going to eat tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I get this a lot. I'm just not hungry throughout the day. And then that's usually when people are like, I have bad habits at night. I'm like, well, there's more going on. And yeah, it's your body is finally calmed down. You're not running off cortisol anymore. You can take a breath. All your boxes have been checked. It's maybe the first time that you're allowing yourself to like sit down, relax, and take a breath. And then it's like, oh, now I'm hungry, and that's usually when people eat more or they get into the habit of eating the majority of their calories at night. And for me, it's like just thinking about like the concept of the circadian rhythm and how your circadian rhythm is a little bit off. It's not normal to not feel hungry all day, or it's not even normal really for, to wake up and be like, I'm just never hungry for breakfast. Like that's not a normal like thing that your body should be feeling. Just like you shouldn't feel exhausted all day and then feel super wired at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Like you can get up and do all the things.
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean, during the day, our bodies are in an active state. We are burning calories to fuel our activities. And, every time I bring up calories, I feel like we automatically just go towards, we automatically think about calories in terms of like weight loss and weight gain. But at the end of the day, calories are just energy sources for our body to work for everything. So throughout the day, we're just burning all these calories to fuel our activities. And then at night, or as nighttime approaches, we're preparing to go to bed, our metabolism actually naturally begins to slow down. And this is because our energy needs decrease when we are at rest. So your energy burn is broken down into like four different categories. So like your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, that's how much energy you need if you were literally just to lay in bed all day long. And then we have other areas where our body uses energy, like when we are working out or when we are moving throughout the day or when we're eating food. Our body's using energy. We're not doing those things when we're sleeping. So, yeah, our metabolism slows down. And, I think this is kind of where the concept of don't eat after 8 p.m. maybe came about because, I mean, ideally, we're going to bed at 10 o'clock. So it makes sense. Okay, 8 o'clock, that's about 2 hours before bedtime. It gives our food time to digest. It's like a good time frame. But, and like I said, I think there was good intentions with that guideline, but we took it too literal. And if you're not eating enough throughout the day, or if you're hungry and it's like 9 o'clock, you actually might need an intentional snack so that you can sleep better. But I'm sure the idea was, our metabolism slows. If we're eating enough throughout the day, we really don't need anything later on. I would say a majority of the time. And then, yeah, maybe you can sleep a little bit better. But it's also not like once it's 8:01, your body just stores fat up or or anything like that.
Well, I had one client, she was like, my doctor told me like we don't use calories at night. I thought that was interesting.
We just don't use them.
We just don't use them. I was like, I need the name of your doctor because clearly no. And I don't, and again, it's like, I
Like,
don't
are
know.
you dying every night?
I don't know. I'm like, well, you do. Like, there's a lot that happens at night. Your brain is like recovering, your muscles are recovering, your digestive system is like resetting. Like, there's things that are happening. Yes, we don't need a ton of active energy to go get up and do all the things for the day, but I mean, we're doing stuff at night. And I think doctors tell people this because for a couple of reasons, right? It's like we know that if you're eating or consuming the majority of your calories in the evening, that is tied to weight gain. So we know that doctors are usually pretty concerned about weight gain. that, and we are a little bit more insulin resistant at night. So if you are, not really eating throughout the day, and then you have your biggest meal at night, which I'm going to tell you, if you're under eating throughout the day, you are going to have a larger portion at dinner. That's just what's going to happen. It's going to take longer for your gut and your brain to kind of talk to each other. You're going to have a bigger portion. You're usually going to have a larger portion of carbs, and then you're a little bit more insulin resistant. So of course, you're going to store some of that because you're not using it. Most people are not going and doing things after dinner for the most part. So I don't know if they were just like trying to be like, okay, biggest bang for our buck is telling people you don't burn calories at night. I don't know, but that's a little misleading. You definitely use calories at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, if we're thinking about late night eating and weight gain, kind of like you mentioned, yeah, when we are consuming those calories later at night, your body, it's not going to use those calories efficiently or effectively because of that slowed metabolism. You're just less likely to burn them off because you're not using as much calories to live at this point. And several studies have kind of showed this connection. There's a study in the Journal of Obesity that found people who frequently snack late at night tend to consume more calories overall. I mean, one of the studies had shown that participants who ate late at night consumed an average of 200 calories more than those who ate earlier in the evening. So it's 200 calories in one night. It's not really going to do much. But if you do that every night when you don't necessarily need that, then that's where it can add up. So, like, kind of knowing that, it goes back to exactly what you were saying. If we're eating enough through the day, we're not going to have as many cravings. We're going to be able to space it out a little bit more when our body's utilizing all these calories and energy. You're going to feel a lot better and you're going to see some changes with that weight loss. Because
Mhm.
even the other studies have also shown when we're snacking late at night, they're usually not like healthier options.
Yeah.
They're more calorically dense, not so nutritionally dense.
Mhm.
Like it's not like a lot of times you're at 2 a.m. eating broccoli and ranch. It's
Right.
more like we're gonna grab a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
Because if you're in that situation where you haven't eaten enough during the day, yeah, it makes sense that you're hungry and you're probably hungry for anything quick. Your biological response when your blood sugar is dropping is you're gonna crave carbs because that's gonna quickly bring it back up. So it makes
Right.
sense. So we just gotta fix what we're doing during the day.
That, and if you start to think about like, what are people's moods at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And this kind of leads into a little bit of like, not so much emotional eating, but just looking at our habits. A lot of people use food as like a de-stressor, or I deserve this. I need a little bit of me time. It feels good, right? So yeah, like you said, like most people aren't like having a nutrient rich meal to feel good. It's usually like those refined carbs, high sugar,
Hmm.
things like that. And so if you're going all day, not eating a ton, you're running off cortisol, and then all of a sudden you finally stop, you're done, you want to feel good, you've been stressed, you've underate. Yeah, that leads to like a really not fantastic habit, not only in terms of like weight loss, but also just like health. You don't want to
Yeah.
be consuming a ton of sugar right before you go to sleep.
I was looking at a bottle of soda, 65 grams of added sugar. I was
It's a lot.
like I would feel terrible. That's like as much sugar as I get in 4 days, I think.
Yeah. No, you will feel terrible. And then the
Maybe
other
like
thing
three, but yeah.
too is like it's impacting your sleep. That's the other thing. And then
Yes.
having that impact your sleep is impacting your circadian rhythm. It's impacting your blood sugar balance. It's impacting all the, and then it's like a rinse and repeat thing. And you get into this vicious cycle of like this one little habit that you're doing is not really serving you. But yeah,
Hmm.
most people are having high sugar in the evening. And yeah, you're going to
Yeah,
feel, I would feel horrible. You're not getting good sleep if you're doing that.
absolutely not. And thinking about what is triggering this late night snacking is going to help you decrease it.
Mhm.
So you mentioned the emotional part of things. Is it every night you're coming home from work, you're like, oh, it was a tough day. I gotta get some ice cream, whatever it is. If we are coming home every day and every day is a tough day, either A, manage your tough days better. I would
Mhm.
say, let's go with A, why are they so tough? Make them better.
Yeah.
B, do we need to like evaluate our stress response? Are you stressing out things that you don't actually need to? C, do you need to get a new job? I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were talking about stressors and how, yeah, we have some stressors that we cannot control, but there's also a lot that we can't control. Take your job, for example. If your job is really causing you this much stress, get a new job
Yeah.
and you might feel a lot better. I was actually telling one of my clients last week because she was talking about her job and she's like, I think I just need a new job. I'm like, it's funny you say that. I've had three people this year. I would say yeah, this year, past 6 months. I get, oh my God, we're in October. So yeah, past 6 months, they have quit their jobs and got a different one. Like it just feels a lot better. So I don't know. I don't know what happens, why people quit their jobs and change their jobs and people start working with me. But I've heard it from other dietitians within metabolism where like people just tend to quit their job.
Because we focus a lot on like overall your stress, your management, how
Yeah.
you're feeling through the day. And then I think people really realize, wow, this is stressful. And like, I don't know if I need to be doing this. It feels like we do. And I know I used to be one of those people that's like, just quit your job. You can't do that. But now it's like, well, you can actually.
No, you actually can't.
Yeah, we can, because then you have to start to figure out like, is it worth it? Like, obviously, you still need to make money, right? You can go do something else, but like,
Yeah.
is a higher paying job that requires more stress, doesn't allow you to, it's impacting every area of your life. Is it worth it? I mean, yeah, if you're coming home every night and you're like, yeah, I'm drinking a glass of wine and having my snacks because I just need to recover from the day. It's like, well, okay,
Mhm.
that's not great. That's not great.
Yes, that's not a great thing. So those are first things to identify with emotional triggers, but
Mhm.
also social influences. Is it you're making these choices because every time you sit down on TV, you need to be eating something? Okay,
Yeah.
let's break that down a little bit. Can you form different habits? Can you swap out a different activity for watching TV? Is there something else you need to get done? It's so easy, I think, to fall into the habit of just watching episode after episode at night where I honestly like I used to watch a few episodes a night of TV and then lately I get like 2 episodes a weekend of something. And I just decided I was obviously much more productive when I'm not sitting on the couch, but I just felt better when I had a plan on how to get things done. So that
Mhm.
helped a lot. And then I just felt better overall. I feel like I'm like Kourtney Kardashian. I don't watch TV.
People are dying, Kim. No, but I think it's something that's interesting to notice because, and I ask people this all the time, like when I'm working with people and they're like, I have to have ice cream. I have to do this. Like, is it a habit? Like, have you just gone into the habit of this is what I do? And we do this as humans. We do this, right? Like, for
Mhm.
example, every time I go to my outpatient job, there's a coffee thing right across the way. And I'm like, I'm buying coffee. And I don't even really like that coffee, but it's like, why the heck am I doing this? It's like something I'm doing. So it's like kind of
It's your
really,
trigger.
yeah, like when I watch TV at night, that's when I snack. If so, like definitely try to do something to change up that habit because it's hard to get over. And I've talked to so many people where they're like, honestly, I don't even think I'm hungry. I just do it. Or like my husband's getting something. So then I feel like I need to get something. And it's like, well, let's like really focus on why we're doing stuff. Is there a connection? And there's always a connection. Like I do this when I do this, or I do this when I do that, like that's just how we are. So
Hmm.
kind of identifying that.
Well, also like understanding that why part of things and understanding how your body works, which we talk about in so many different episodes, it makes it so much easier to identify what you want. Like Josh's person, he does have a snack like before bedtime. Again, he's an adult, he can do whatever he wants. I'm not here to food police him because he lives with me. But yeah, it could be a thing because I do have people mention like, well, my husband will grab a snack and I just feel like I need something too. But now I'm just like, I don't need it type of thing. So I don't really want it. I'm full. I'm ready for bed. I'm good to go. And then there's some nights where, yeah, we'll have ice cream together. But it's when you're able to kind of feel that control and be able to make your own decisions, it does feel really good to be able to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Get off that autopilot and kind of ask yourself like some more mindful eating. Like, is this something I really want right now? Am I going to actually fully enjoy it or am I just doing it to do it? And that makes a big difference.
Yep.
definitely like some biological triggers, right? So like hormone fluctuations, hunger cues, as like we were kind of talking about the cortisol, just not feeling hungry all day and then feeling hungry, even things like having your blood sugar kind of be all over the place. Those different types of hormone fluctuations will make it to where you have odd eating times or odd craving times. So kind of really trying to assess like, why am I doing this? Like for me, I know like if I'm have a really high stress day, I can almost guarantee you I'm going to feel snacky at night, especially if I've under eaten because it's been high stress. I haven't done it. And so sometimes just knowing is very helpful to be like, wait, why do I feel like this right
Mhm.
now? Like, no, it's not because I have bad habits, or it's not because like this is just what I do, or I have no self-control, but thinking like, the heck did I do to my body today? You know, what the heck did I do
Yeah.
to it? What does it need? Why is it acting like this?
And I'm actually the opposite. If I'm stressed out, I don't have an appetite and I don't really eat. So that's when I have to like force myself to eat a little bit, or I'm doing meals that's like a little bit easier. So it kind of takes away that barrier.
Mhm.
I'm more of a person, I will kind of fall into that late night snacking more if I don't eat enough during the day
Oh yeah.
when I come home starving. Or, so I usually plan an afternoon snack because if I'm working at the office, I don't get home till about 6:30-ish. And I mean, if I'm eating lunch at 1 o'clock, that's kind of a long time period. So I usually plan a snack when I'm leaving the office. So then that helps me not to be so hungry once I get to dinner. I fill up on dinner and then we're good to go. Otherwise, I come home starving. I'll eat dinner and then it's like I can't stop eating. So
Yeah.
then it's like, what can I scrounge up in the pantry? We have more cravings. So that's what I know for myself. If I don't eat enough throughout the day, or if I go to boxing and I don't do a pre-workout snack, look out, pantry. We're coming
Yeah.
for you.
You're going to come home and be like, I'm starving. No,
Yes.
100%. And so I think it's just important to realize what these triggers could be. Why am I kind of in this habit? What's really going on? You know, is it emotional? Is it social? Is it, hormonal? Kind of like taking a step back and assessing like, why is it that I'm just stuck into this routine? And then trying to help whatever area that is. I will say there is going to be times where you just do have a later night snack, right?
Yeah.
Like you get home late, maybe, whatever it is. I've talked to so many people who are like, I thought it was good to go to bed hungry. But that means my body's burning fat. And I'm like, that's your body's not burning fat when you go to bed
Your
hungry.
body's hungry.
Your body's hungry. It's definitely burning fat. So, it's okay to eat. I would say like get strategic with it, right? Like if you're on a weight loss goal or you want something to kind of support your metabolism, keep your hormones happy, I would say choose a high protein snack. Something like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, have some healthy fats, nuts, avocados, fiber, veggies, hummus. The thing here is just to think like, if I'm truly hungry, I need to honor that, but I'm going to do it in a goal supportive way. And I'm going to do it in a way that's really setting myself up, not just, well, I'm hungry, so I'm going to have whatever I want. Like, be strategic about it, because unless you don't want to, right? But the majority of people I feel like want to be strategic about it rather than just the either or option. So, do something that's PHFF, it's blood sugar balance. And then I think the biggest thing here is to portion it out, give yourself a normal portion, eat it, be done with it. I think sometimes we try to avoid and then we turn into like these late night grazers where like, I'm just going to get up and get a little bit of this and then
Hmm.
a little bit of this. Like, stop doing that. I think that's like our way of avoiding snacking. I've talked to so many clients that do that. I'm like, just put it on a plate, get a normal portion, eat it, be done. And then that's also helpful too. If you're someone who's like, well, I'm overindulging, don't bring like the whole package of whatever you're eating back to like the couch or your bedroom with you. Cause yeah, you're just going to sit there and mindlessly eat. You're busy doing things. Odds are,
Hmm.
pay attention to what you're doing. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps to portion it out. And other things that will help just managing these late night snacking episodes, establish a routine. So
Mhm.
we talk about a metabolism makeover like a 12-hour fast. Like Brianna just said, if you need something to eat, eat something. But I think a 12-hour fast, not only is it helpful for your digestion, but maybe it's going to help you think a little bit more. Are you eating because of the habit that you're used to grabbing a
Yeah.
snack from your kitchen drive-by? Or are you eating because you actually need something? So aiming for a 12-hour fast can be super helpful. And then just have like a solid nighttime routine so your body's kind of like in that wind down stage, and
Mhm.
just naturally slowing down with your body can be super helpful. being more mindful with your eating. I actually kind of hate mindful eating. I hate
Yeah.
calling it. I think more like be more informed with your eating, be more present, be more intentional. Yeah, that's
Intentional.
what
I
it is.
like
Yes,
that. Intentional eating. Why am
intentional eating.
I doing this? Because if I'm really hungry, I'm gonna do it a certain way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like being present with your meal, like not just eating while you're scrolling TikTok or anything like that. And you're like, oh crap, I ate the whole bag. Like just focus on eating without distractions. Sit at the table, listen to your hunger cues, eat until you're satisfied, not until you have to unbutton your pants.
exactly. Yeah, be intentional. I like that better than mindful. Be intentional with your eating. And then, there is alternatives like drinking water, having some tea, engaging in like non-food related activities like reading, journaling. I'm never one to be like, oh, if you're hungry, just
Yeah.
drink water. But I mean, if you are a little bit dehydrated and your hydration has been low for the day, you are going to feel a little bit hungry. So maybe check in
Mhm.
on that. Like, or am I just in the habit of like, I feel like I need to be eating or drinking something every night, which is a real thing. I've talked to a lot of moms about that, especially when they're like, I just feel like I need a glass of wine. I'm like, what if we just replace that with something? Like maybe get a good
Yeah.
tea or like a mocktail. And then they come back and they're like, actually, it was totally fine. I'm like, great, let's do that, or yeah, if you're like, I really think that habit is like at the end of the day, I'm winding down, I'm kind of zoning out, I'm watching TV, then try something else. Like you said, a good nighttime routine, reading, journaling, something that kind of just throws a little wrench into your autopilot just to see how it feels. I think it's just really understanding like, why do I do the things I do? And instead of just being like, well, I'm broken, this is why I can't lose weight, just think like, well, why am I doing this? And do I want to be doing this?
Next week we will have a guest on the episode. We're gonna dive in more to like the emotional eating side of things. I think she's gonna be a great guest speaker
I'm
for
excited.
us.
I know
Yeah.
this is going to be a resource that I use with people because I think emotionally eating, it's one of those things that I think a lot of people don't realize they do.
Hmm.
And then realize, oh my God, I'm doing it. What do I do now?
So it'll be really good. Make sure you guys tune in next week. If you guys missed the series, go back. We have a 3-part series about work-life health balance. Yeah, we hope these were helpful tips for your late night snacking. As always, send us a DM on Instagram if you have any questions that kind of pop up with it.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Sounds good. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.